that bell pepper.
Oh, look at that. What color is that? It's like orange.
It is orange. Can I pick it, Daddy?
Yeah, go ahead. Be careful.
No. It's just my size.
Yeah. What is all that stuff behind you?
It's another lettuce.
Salanova. Is it good?
Yeah.
All right, and welcome back to Once Upon a Tiny Farm. If you're new here, my name's Drew, and this year, my family and I, well, mostly me, but we turned this plot of land behind us that used to be grass, about 4,000 square feet of it. We converted this grass into a small farm. And my goal with this farm, at least for this year, was to sell at the farmer's market all summer long, every week. And we've been pretty successful so far. So our tiny farm has come a long way in just a short few months. All of the systems had to get put in place, and I've done videos on a lot of that, like putting in our walk-in cooler and setting up our sprinkler system that you can see is going on off behind me. And a couple of months ago, I did a first video about our first time selling at the farmer's market, our very first farmer's market, and I'll post links to all those videos if you're new here and you haven't seen those, just to get you caught up. But to get you caught up real quick, our first market didn't go very well, but we learned a lot. And then we found a different market in Harrisburg, outside of the farm show complex in Harrisburg. And since early July, we have been there every week on Tuesdays. The markets are on Tuesdays and Fridays, and right now Tuesdays is our market. I am not producing enough to do 2 days a week at the market just yet. And what I've actually discovered is that our tiny farm is too small. And see, at first we were struggling to move our product, and our product is mostly salad greens, bagged salad greens. And the first few weeks we would bring about 30 bags to the market, along with other things like radishes and head lettuces and things like that. But our main crop was the salad greens, and this farm wasn't going to work if the salad greens weren't working. And we were bringing home a lot of our product after those first few markets. But after 2 or 3 markets, we started coming home with less and less product because people were realizing that it was good and that it stored long in the fridge and that we had good quality, and they appreciate the regenerative ways that we are growing. And people appreciate that and will pay a little bit more to get a product that's grown in an organic way, like we're trying. So now, at this past market, this past week, we sold all of our lettuce bags in the first 2 hours, and we had nothing left on the table. And might sound like a good problem to have, but it actually wasn't the best experience, because we were just sitting there with just all of our secondary stuff like cherry tomatoes and peppers for the next like 5 hours at the market, and we're missing out now on profits because we're not supplying enough of the product that people want. So a lot of that comes down to planning, and you can't go back in time and plan better. So like I've said, this market in Harrisburg has been our market since early July, and we've been there every Tuesday. It's been our market, and my goal is to be there every week. And after what happened last week with running out of our main product super early, made me realize a few things, that we need to bring more of it to the market. And I feel kind of bad this week because now this is my first year farming, and farming is it seems like a never-ending learning experience. And I am learning a lot. There's so much that I don't know. And for instance, this row behind me of lettuce is supposed to be my next week's succession of lettuce, and it's not ready yet. And we're starting to get into the swing season of summer to fall, and things are growing a little bit more slowly. So I've made some investments, I've made some plans that I'm going to be adding to our farm in the next few days that I'll talk about in a separate video, so you have to tune in for that. Some season extension stuff. But this week, sadly, I don't think we're going to be able to make it to the market this week because our product isn't ready. And I don't want to be in a position where we don't have a lot of stuff again at the market. It just wasn't a good feeling. And I hate to do that to our customers that have been there for the last 2 months for our lettuce. But this week, I think we're going to have to take our first sabbatical from the market and give this lettuce row another week to grow. And then in the future weeks, as I'll show in the next video, I'm going to add some season extension stuff that hopefully will allow us to keep growing for the market until the end of October. And that's my goal for this year, because we're having our baby boy in the beginning of November. So that's about a good time to wrap up our first season, our first farming season. So my point with this this vlog, really, it's kind of a diary for me as a first year farmer, and it'll be a way for me to look back on things that I've done and know not to do in the future. And since I'm doing it anyway, why don't I, record this stuff so that I could help other potential future farmers to be able to learn quicker from some mistakes that I've made, so that they could have even more success with their farms. Because at the end of the day, the world needs more small farms, small regenerative farms like this. That's what's going to save the world, in my opinion. We need to regenerate the world and regenerate the soil, and that's what we're trying to do here. But we can't do that if we're not profitable. Then small farms aren't going to make it. I've learned a lot, and what I've realized is that pairing my lettuce with carrots is a killer combination, and my best weeks have been when I've had radishes, carrots, and the salad mix, along with the other secondary stuff. We've had our best, most profitable weeks. So that's the formula I'm going to go with for next year, but we're going to double up on everything and bring a lot more of it to the market, because that's the winning formula. And that's going to wrap up this video. I just wanted to give a quick update on our tiny farm. And spoiler, it's too small. We got to think bigger. We got to expand our farm. And I actually haven't done a farm tour yet, so maybe in one of our upcoming videos I will do a tour of our little farm. It won't take too long because it's very tiny, and I'm only growing about half of the 4,000 square feet this year, so we're on something like a 1/10 of an acre, I believe it is. But yeah, we're doing it. We're doing the best we can. But next year's going to be better. Next year we're going to have a better game plan, an actual game plan. And yeah, so that's going to wrap up this video. If you learned anything, enjoyed the topic of this video, found it helpful in any way, please give us a like this video, subscribe to our channel if you're new to this channel, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
My name's Lucy. So a long time ago, we made a sprinkler, and we made it so we can't do the hose one, because the hose one and the rain one, the water from the rain is better from the hose water. So bye.